What's up, people? Hello, it's your girl again, Most Def right here. That's Most Simba's definition, and I just love how being alone opens up my mind, and when I just dive into a book or an episode somewhere or like just a podcast or a vlog or just a YouTube video, like my mind goes off into that topic and I delve deep into it. And that thing happened right now when I'm coming up with this power program. It's supposed to be an empowerment program, and for both sexes, yeah, and or both genders, men and women. And I was just going through this book that I was gathering my resources, and because I'm a person who was always trying to better myself and trying to grow and develop in more ways than one, I came across a suggestion. So basically, I'm reading more about how to expand your circle or change your circle from uh, a, a subliminal or a suboptimal circle to a more successful circle of people, because you are the average of the 5 people you spend your most time with, right? And I believe we can all agree on that. So while I was going through the book, I came across a suggestion of different organizations that you can join to get or tap into these more successful or like-minded individuals that you're trying to be more like, right? So I won't bother mentioning the organizations because it's not really about the type of organization. It's just the fact that it's an organization, it's an institution, or rather just a collective, I don't know, it's an umbrella of people who come together believing in a certain cause and, working objectively every single day of their lives towards that cause, right? And well, I'm gonna say it's quite admirable, and it's laudable for everybody who can, you know, um, subject themselves to that, But I've come over the years to realize that that is just not me, and it just speaks to my own experiences in life, because that's why I end up quitting work, job opportunities, and I just like working alone. I'm a solo thinker, a solo worker. I'm just a solo traveler in this thing we call life. So, and I had to delve into that, and because nowadays I keep asking myself, when I get a strong opinion from myself about a certain or whatever topic it is, I get to ask myself the question, why do you feel like that, Mo? What is it about this thing that you feel so repulsed by, because I had already gone on Google and actually was trying to check out these organizations, and I had it in mind that it would be nice to join and just grow my circle, because clearly right now, as things are, I am a solo traveler, like I said. So while I was looking into the organizations, I just got the same feeling I've always gotten from work opportunities, like physical work opportunities, where I had to go to work and be in this organization or be in this building and have all these colleagues, and there's a hierarchy of being and everything. And I got the same feeling. It's the focused on an objective. It's a really honorable objective. It's noble, and it's something that you would want to be a part of. But the problem is, once you are part of a team, there is no more I. There is no I in team, and it's said often, and you need to get it if you are going to commit yourself to a cause. You need to understand there is no I in team, meaning you have to remove yourself. You just have to minimize or shut parts of who you are to accommodate this team, you know. And I'm not speaking any ills against it, but for me personally, I'm quite opinionated, and there are times that I feel if something was to come up, if there's an idea, a suggestion, you, as an individual, you have the option to take or leave that suggestion. You can either take it or leave it. You can take the advice or discard it. But when it comes to an organization, a team, there's, that option is zeroed out, because it's always the majority take over the minority, right? So if a majority of the people agree with the idea, you go with the idea. If a majority disagree, you toss it out the window. And I just don't feel comfortable with that. I don't feel comfortable with giving up my personal opinion to serve the interest of a collective group. I honestly don't. I really don't. I believe that everybody should and is entitled to their own opinion and should keep it, and it should be respected regardless of who's watching or what's going on around, because it's that person's individual experience of life. So why should it be hampered because a majority, two other three or more people think that that's not what should happen, right? And yeah, I know, like, there's a lot of things you can throw at me to like counter that argument, and a lot of these things, they just for me, I'm just talking about the sensible things in life. There are things that you can't argue on, and there are things that are arguable. So the things that should not be argued, people should have the option to keep their opinion, and it should be respected at all costs. And the arguable things, well, we can agree to disagree and keep it moving, because either way it shouldn't really affect me, because it's a non-issue, right? So we keep it moving. So either way, the point of this audio was just to put it out there and suggest to all your people that as much as we are a people who have been convinced that we were put on this earth to socialize and that we need communities to thrive, I necessarily don't believe that's true. I don't believe that's necessarily true. That's what I'm saying. Because in these setups that we like to, when we join these organizations and situations where people are a collective, we like to go around and call it a family. And unfortunately, it's not the best experience for all of us. Not all of us had a good experience of family, right? Personally, I didn't. Speaking for myself, I didn't. So anytime the word family comes on, I immediately get guarded up. My walls come up. I'm uncooperative. I'm unresponsive. I don't. I feel scared. I feel unsafe, basically. And yet, it's supposed to be the place where you feel the most safest, but it's not true for me. And I don't think it's something I necessarily need to change, right? I honestly don't. Like, I can choose to create a new dimension for my child where he understands that with or without family, you should be safe. But this whole mentality, the herd mentality that you need family to be safe, that family is the most important thing, I don't support that. I really do not support that, because a lot of us there are many of us who've like suffered immeasurable trauma in a family setup. Trauma that just, I don't even know if it can heal. or if it will heal in this lifetime. Some of these things, you just have to make peace with it and let it go, right? And we still love those members of our family. Like, we just don't like them. We love them. They are part of us. They are our flesh and blood. We love them. It is a part of us. We have to love our whole self, but we don't like them, right? But we accommodate them. We work with them. We keep going, right? But it doesn't mean that they are in our, ever-present life. They're not in our nitty-gritties of our daily life. Like, for me personally, they are not, because I chose to just, remove them from that, because I've come to realize that the more I open up, the more I'm opening up to being hurt, right? And I just don't know how to say this, but that's just my experience. That's my truth, and I can't run away from it. I can't, sweep it under the rug and pretend that it's not there and try to put up a smile and compromise my real happiness and my truth, because I want to maintain peace, or because I don't want to make people uncomfortable. Hell, I'm uncomfortable. So should I choose your comfort over my comfort? That's making me a better person because I choose you over me? No, I don't think so. I don't believe that. Like, I believe I should come first. I should. And everybody else should put themselves first. So, like, if I'm in this organization and they expect me to show up in, I don't know, a different city on a random day, but yet that day I probably just want to take a nap. But I want to, I want to go on a vacation. I want to spend the whole day in the house with my child. Or I want to go, I don't know, regardless. I want to do something other than what the organization needs me to do. That I have to give my own interest up for the interest of this organization. And I should be convinced that it's for the greater good. Come on, man. Like, nah, man, that just sounds like some sort of control, like some sort of manipulation that, that I just can't, I'm not with it. I'm just not with it. And to appease me, what you do is, give me a nice meal, take me to some nice location like this. I don't know, give me a few awards. I don't know, like, top up my bank balance like this. Like, that should appease me. That should make me feel better for, denying myself my own interests for your own interests, for your own self-interests, right? Yeah, because that's just how I see it. That's how I see it, and that's how I wouldn't even request anybody or even try to come up with a community of people who are, like, working towards something. No, like, for me, I think you can come up with an idea, come up with an event, come up with, like, a project, and for as long as that project is running, for as long as that idea is still being cultivated, like, I'll be there for sure. But once that idea is done and over with, fine. Like, yeah, go back to your individual life, and we did a good thing, kudos, let's celebrate that, and then everyone else back to their own life. I believe that's how life would be more fair for me, and that's how I choose to live my life. Like, I'll be there for you, yes, for the greater good, but only if I agree with whatever it is that we're trying to do, if I have willingly subscribed to it. But if I have to, like, do all this registration process to join, and then there's a whole process to leave, like I should come and go as I please. I should be able to come and go as I please. And if I commit to something, I commit to that thing, and if I choose not to, like, if it comes to a point where I feel like my values and things are being disregarded or disrespected or infringed, I should be able to walk away with no obligation. There should be no obligation. There should be no, I don't know, whatever. Like, you guys understand, you who work. Like, there's this whole process of signing up to a job, and there's interviews and shit. And then later, there's like, I don't know, the exit interview, and like, you have to hand in your resignation. Like, please, like, why? Like, it's my life. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't get it. For me, I just don't get it, right? So, no, I don't like. And when it comes to the organization firing you or like letting you go, they'll just give you like a severance pay if it's even possible. But if not, they'll just give you the letter of like, yeah, what is it called? I've never gotten one of those letters, but whatever it is called. But yeah, they'll just tell you you're fired and don't come to work tomorrow, and that's it. But for you, you can't just decide like, I'm not coming to work tomorrow. Yeah, you can't just tell them like, hey, I'm not coming to work tomorrow, don't expect me at work tomorrow, and it should be okay. No, then they're gonna do everything to cut you off, and cut off your pay and everything. So you just have to be a smart employee and leave when you get your salary. Like, you wait until when you get your salary and you're like, tomorrow I'm not coming. You just tell yourself. You don't even have to tell your friend, because your friend might sabotage you. Tell someone else, let them know later, because even when you are coming to the company, you didn't request their information. You didn't have to consult them to I'm coming to your company, so now, like, I'll see you tomorrow. So why, when you're leaving, should you have to tell them like, oh, I'm going tomorrow? Like, why? Like, yeah, fine, we were friends, we were colleagues. No, we were colleagues, we were acquaintances, we were workmates, right? Let's get it right. Let's. This whole friends and family is just too deep for me. No, my family really is my son, honestly, and my mom. I'm not even sure about my brothers. Yeah, they're my family, yes, by blood and flesh, by extension, yes. But direct link, my mom and my child, that is my family. Those are the people I will go to ends for, right? And even them, there's still a limit to where that extent goes, because I'm still a human, I'm still individual. There's a time where I cannot be there for you, or I refuse to be there for you, because if I see I'm going to enable you, I'm enabling you, or I'm I don't know, smothering you. Like, no, I will not allow that to happen. I will not entertain that. Or it's kind of a toxic situation between us, or codependency, some manipulation here, some narcissism. No, it's not going to fly with me. No, you're my child, you're my mom, but hey, Bana, I'm gonna cut that shit out. And I will let you know there's a boundary there. You cannot cross that boundary. This is me, and that is you. Yeah, there is a clear line between where I end and where you begin. So, like, let's just get this thing straight. So, I always find myself venting on audios because I just go so hard on them. Like, I think things that I've felt all these years that I've refused to talk about, but now I'm like, I'm just gonna speak my mind because I'm tired of this. I'm like, and if I keep saying people don't understand me, well, how will they understand me if I don't tell them who I am? Well, this is who I am, man. Like, I like working with people. I like seeing people happy. I like seeing peace and prosperity around me. I like the good life. Of course I do. But I do not like tying myself down to situations and people because of a cause that has already passed. Like, ugh. Like, hey, Bana, no. Like, just live your life, man. Hey, if it has refused to work, it has refused to work. Let it go. Try something else. I will be there to support you as much as I can. But to promise you that I will always be there for you, I will not lie. I hate lies, and I will not tell lies. So, for me, if you're not my mother or my child, do not expect me to be there for you 100%, because I will not. And even for my child and my mother, it's like I'm there 99% because there's a 1% where there's like a boundary. They know this one, mom will not cross here. This one, my daughter will not cross here. And I let them know, and it's just what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. And I expect the same kind of treatment from people around me. I don't expect people to go over and above for me because either way, all through my life up until this point where I'm 32 years old, nobody has. Nobody has. Not my uncles, not my aunties, my cousins, my brothers. Nobody has. Only my mother. So that's why I'm saying only a mother and child bond. That's the only bond that exists. Honestly. The mother and child bond is the only one that exists. And if the mother dies, the father should be able to be there. The parent child bond is the only family that exists. So I'm sorry, but siblings and I don't know, cousins, whoever, like that's extended. To be honest, it is. That's how I feel about it. That is just how I feel, and that's the experience that I've had in my life. That's the truth that I've lived, and I don't know anything else. Like maybe life will teach me something new and I'll come tell you about it. But I've been waiting. I've been patient before I started, talking like this. I've been quiet. I've been waiting for something to change, for some new truth to find me, but it hasn't. This is my truth. This is the truth that I'm living. And I'm actually very comfortable with it right now. I'm happy. I'm never alone anyway. Even when I'm alone, I'm not lonely because I'm never alone. I have God with me. I have my spirit guides with me. I have ancestors with me. I'm never alone. I have these multiverses around me. Like I have birds always coming over to my balcony and just letting me know that they're around, that we're together in this, So I'm never alone. And for me, I'm happy, honestly. So I don't see why, and I don't see the need to try and conform to a society or a community in order to feel safe, because I don't believe there's anything like safety in numbers. In fact, for me, I feel very threatened when there's a number of us around. Like, I don't feel safe, and yeah. I can't over explain it, and I don't even want to over explain it because it's not necessary. You get it. Yeah, that's just the kind of person I am. Yeah. So, with that much said, I don't know your thoughts on this. It will be interesting to see how people would react to this kind of thought, but it is what it is, and such is life. I exist, as do you. Aloha. Sayonara. Okay, catch up soon. Most Def out.